What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel, guys. Thank you for cooling with Jay. I appreciate all the continued support y'all have my channel, man. Like I really do. All the feedback, all the questions y'all have, like it's really been a blessing to be able to do this, and I wouldn't be able to do it without y'all. So that's greatly appreciated. Yeah. So today's video, guys, I'm gonna talk about the top 10 things that I've learned while being a beginner rider on a leader bike. Okay. There's no real order to it. But yeah, please remember to follow me, guys, on Instagram, Snapchat, guys, and that's my email as well. I'll leave my Twitter down below. Let's make sure I'm all geared up and ready. And yeah, let's ride and talk. But yeah, man, no real order to my list. I'll tell you what, it is hot today. I'll tell you what, if anything else today, it is hot. This smoke we're getting from Cali is making it real hot. I think today is supposed to be almost 100. So as far as testing out to see how hot the bike gets, I'm about to really find out. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, yeah, alright, we're recording. Have to make sure, you know what I'm saying? Because the last thing I want to do is do all this and then not record. So, but yeah, man, what about the top 10 things I've discovered or I've experienced while being a beginner on a leader bike? And now with my new mod from Cox Racing, now I can ride around and get lost. Don't gotta worry about anything anymore, which is very cool. Speaking of cool, to be moving again is very cool as well. Guys, so yeah, like I said, in no real order, you know what I'm saying? I don't have necessarily like an order for it, like in, you know, from 10 to 1 or 1 to 10 and all that, but let's start. So number one, so when I very first got the bike, alright, so it was shipped to my house, so I didn't get to ride at all. Like there was no test drive. I didn't test drive it or anything. It was just, you know, that they shipped it to my house, all gassed up, fueled up, washed, ready to go. And I think it was like a week later, after all the rain stopped, I finally actually got on it. Honestly, I turned it on and all that. So I guess the first thing would be sound, but the first experience I guess I got was trying to pull out of my driveway to go to ride. And that was a real first experience. So the first thing I'm gonna say was clutch. Alright, would be the first real thing I had to adapt to and learn real quick, because like I said, all I had was the MSF course before owning this bike, and I took that MSF course, or was it now? 7 years ago. Alright, what am I doing? Can I go straight? I guess not. Because apparently it's one way. Yeah, was getting the clutch to engage, so I wouldn't stall it. So I stalled it about 8 times before I finally got it moving. So I'll say the first thing, guys, that I had to experience was understanding clutch and throttle would be first. And now, after being on the bike now for 4 months, I can definitely say I've gotten much better at that. And I've only stalled it a few times, and that's just because of me, like, you know, just a little bit here and there. Nothing too major. Alright, let's get moving. So yeah, first thing was clutch, man. Was getting that engaged right, correctly, and not stalling the bike out, you know. So that was first. Ouch, that kind of hurt. And it took about 10 minutes or so to finally get it to a point where I necessarily wouldn't install it. I won't say at all, but to the point where I could ride around in the parking lot and not stall it. So it took about 10 minutes to get used to the bike. And I've seen people who've ridden for a while and changed bikes. You know, every bike's clutch and throttle and all that, and the bite point is completely different. So I guess that's the point right there, is the bite point. Understanding and learning the bite point of my bike was first. And once I understood where that was, and remember, I have the CRG adjustable levers, so for me it was getting the adjustment right where I could feel that bite, and then it became muscle memory on where that bite point was. And now that I do, now I know where it's at. Now it's much easier and much more fluid on my throttle response and my shifting gears and all that. So that will be first on my list. Alright. So that was first. I'll say number 2 thing I probably was throttle, because obviously this is a leader bike. Obviously it is not a 300 or a 600, and yes, I started on a leader bike. That I went through that whole thing in the different video about the starting bike and all that whatnot. But yes, I did start on another leader bike, so that's that conversation. But yeah, I also picked this road, side note, because it has a little more twisties to it. Because I'm telling you, in Oregon, there's plenty of them. There's really not any straight, to be honest. There's not. I mean, even our freeways are a lot of curves, so that there's not much places you can go in Oregon where you can't find a real twisty road to go to. So, but yeah, number 2 was throttle. Like, I didn't make the bike alerts or anything, but just understanding where that pull of the throttle was, so that, you know, when I'm between shifting gears or pulling off from a light, like how much throttle to give it, and how much clutch to feed in and out to make the bike smoothly take off from a light or from a standstill, or even at a light where I'm on a hill, right? And being able to manage that throttle response, so that way I'm able to stay up on the hill without coasting back. That's pretty much what I was working on. So I'll say that's the first 2 things. The next one's going to sound a little cheesy, but next was fuel. Because I never filled up a bike before, so I had no idea what I was doing. Well, I mean, I had an idea, you know what I'm saying? But I never filled up like a lawnmower was the closest thing I've ever filled up. See, told y'all guys, this is going to be a twisty one. Was fueling up, making sure I'm on the right road and stuff. Was fuel. So that was number 3 that I had to practice or get used to. Was, you know, that. And my second time, I just filled up on my last video and got some gas on my tank. Like, I thought it'd be an easy task to do, but I guess it's not as easy as I thought it was going to be. Because I didn't get it the first time, or sorry, I didn't get it the last time, and I thought, I've done this plenty of times, it should be easy. Nope, apparently not. Alright, we're slowing down. Why are we slowing down? That's the question. I guess because of all the houses. Oh, come on, man. You're gonna ruin my vlog? Oh. Okay, I'm about to say, please God, don't tell me you're about to go 2 miles an hour the entire way. Please don't tell me that. Where am I at? 3? So 3, I'd say where I was at is going to be the weight of the bike, moving it around in the garage. Like I said, I know so many things are cheesy, but like I said, it was an experience. I'm looking for this jump. Oh, I guess not. Was, like I said, I almost dropped it one time. I was trying to push it into the garage and not getting my weight in my arms and my shoulders correct and my legs ready. I almost dropped that. Almost dropped it. But thank God I didn't. Another big one, I'll say 4, was understanding engine braking when coming up or down to a hill. If that makes any sense. So understanding how and when should I almost used too much lean there. Understanding when to, let's say I'm going down a hill, right? Understanding where to engine brake at, so that way I can slow the bike down. Oh yeah. This is getting real fun. I am kind of nervous a little bit, I'll be honest. This is my first true road trip that's, you know what I'm saying, all on curvy roads and none of that straight stuff y'all been talking about me for. So this is like actually a lot of fun. Alright. The freaking Bixby app popped on. And I didn't know where I was going for a second there. Alright. Alright, let's continue. Alright, so where was I? Oh yes, like this, right? Understand that I can just throw off the throttle and use the engine braking as my brake and not necessarily using the brake to brake, right? Which of course you don't want to do going downhill. But like I said, thinking it and putting it into practice are not the same thing. So that's number 4. Number 5 would be, I wonder if I thought somewhere and take some pictures, I wonder. The heat. Let's talk about this heat thing. So that's a big one as well. Because it gets really roasty. And right now, it's not that bad. Like, I can feel it, but I'm moving to the point where it's not terribly bad. I can definitely say moving has definitely increased the airflow through my jacket, so I'm not hot, super hot, like I was before. But like if I'm doing a lot of engine braking and a lot of like you know, if I'm on it hard, oh yeah, it will get hot. She will get really toasty. Am I behind me? Nope. That was a nice little trip. Come on, where's this turn at? Oh, there you are. Did you say hell yeah? I think that's what he said. I think that guy who just drove past me said hell yeah. These are some sharp ones. Can't go that way. Check. But yeah, man, like on the freeway it gets hot, but at the same, like I would say this is a hot day, but I'm not necessarily on the throttle per se heavy, and maybe that's why it isn't. Oops, daisy. Alright. So we are at St. John's. For those of you who know Oregon, time to go like a little back road. And I need to make a U-turn. Alright. Whew. Alright, man, that was actually pretty fun. What is this, KTM? Alright, let's see what we got here. What's going on, man? Yeah, I like yours too. Thank you. Alright guys, well, that's a little change of pace there. Having a little fun. Alright, I had to turn around and go back to St. John's Bridge. That's where my initial way I was going to go. Anyway, where I was heading with that, what were we on, 5 or 6? Let's just say 6. Obviously corners. So corners I will say will be a 2-part statement to that. There's A and there's B. First part of the corner, I would say, is in a car, like, you know the level in which you can make a turn, right? Alright, let's do this. So I'm gonna turn around anyway. Get to go back. Need to go back this way. Want to go over the bridge. Alright. Like I was saying. Whew. So when I raced that KTM, I was maybe 40% horsepower, maybe. Not horsepower, throttle pull, maybe, if that. So, getting a little hot. Had to spread my legs. But yeah, so for the turning bit, I'll say first half of it is understanding, and like in my car, right? I know how I take corners, right? Obviously, right? When I go around a turn or come into a light or come around a bend, I know how much I need to slow down for my car to make the turn without putting too much pressure on my tires, right? I know that. That's just from being in my car, being around cars enough. I know that feeling of when I'm pushing my tire to, not saying it's limit, but it isn't as comfortable as a turn as it could be. So when I do that, right, I know about the mile per hour and the pace I'm having in that turn. So the point I'm making is, on a bike, understanding that you can make that same turn faster. So my first issue was, or not issue, but one of the things I learned real quickly was taking some of the turns I've made 100 times here in Oregon in my car, making the same turn in my bike, and realizing that I slow down way too much. Like, I'm thinking, like, I need to slow down more, and the bike's like, no, I got you, I can make that turn. So that's the bridge I'm trying to go over. It's that guy. I was having too much fun with the KTM to do so. But now we can do this the correct way. So yeah, I will say that was a big learning for me. Was getting that feeling down, you know what I'm saying? And understanding that there's a lot, I can take my bike at a lot harder turn than I think it can. Even not leaned over. I don't mean like knee dragging, just lean slightly. I can take it at a much faster pace. Not saying I should, but understanding that it can, and getting my mind wrapped around that idea. You know what I'm saying? I think at 5. So I guess 6 would be leaning, not so much how fast I can take it, but like understanding counter steer. Like I got it. Like that's one of the things that I picked up quicker in the MSF course, was leaning. Look at this. Me personally, I got the more counter steer down quicker than I did the clutch. And if I'm being very transparent, guys, with y'all, my biggest fear with getting a bike wasn't necessarily the fear of leaning or counter steering more than it was throttle. Like, just being very transparent. That's where my fear was, because that's where I had the most issue with in the course. So naturally, subconsciously, that's what I was worried about. Because my fear is I'm gonna go out there and stall it a trillion times on a highway somewhere and drop it or whatever. It's another bike. I think so. guys, welcome back to the channel. Alright guys, so picking up where I left off. Look at that traffic, good grief. Thank God I'm not going to Seattle, because it is bad. I want to get from behind this semi truck. Everybody's getting over. Well, that is downtown Portland, for those of you who do not know. So y'all can see that. So I think I was on 7 or 8. So I'm finish it up. 8 would be the when you really give it beans and you're trying to pull away, like you're almost in a sense sort of holding on for dear life, in a sense. And it's a crazy feeling to be on something that's pulling you that hard. It's an interesting feeling for sure. Where we at? See, right now I'm using the engine braking to slow me down. Yeah, all this smoke from California is why it looks like this. Yeah, 8 would be like the first time I really gave it some grits, dude. Like feeling how much you're then holding on to the bike because it's trying to pull you and you're trying to stay still. Man, it is a feeling like no other. I'd say 9 is probably going to be getting used to or getting better at when to like the correct gear to be in, and I think that's what's going to come with time. You know, being on the bike more, of just the, you know, getting used to using a manual vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Like all my cars were automatic. I think I said in a previous video that all my cousins, everybody was like, oh yeah, manual's easy, but then no one wanted to teach me. So this is my first manual vehicle in general, for me. Whew, buddy, dude. Yo, it is hot. Like it is, oh my gosh, like my thighs are cooking. I might have to reevaluate how hot this thing gets, because right now, guys, it's close to unbearable. Now I don't have on leathers, but I do have on riding jeans. Shoot, 9 would be owning a bike isn't just owning a bike. And this, I think I'll make 9 and 10 because it's a 2-part, I think. Like all the equipment for the bike and then equipment to make it work properly. There's so much stuff that goes involved. Like so many people just think you go, you get your bike, you get your helmet, you get your leathers, and you call it good. No. I mean, yes, but there's so much more accessories and equipment and stuff. And then there's stuff you actually want as well too. I'm not trying to get squeezed in this tunnel. Give me some revs in there. Alright, can't go that way. Alright, I'm gonna give it some beans for y'all before we end this video. Alright, what's going on here? vehicles. But yeah, like just to get my bike, like the stands I have and little accessories and protecting pieces, like dog, that stuff adds up. And the other part of it is all the stuff you actually want. Like me and the guys at Cars and Coffee the week were talking about, it's funny how car people complain about stuff for their car, and we're laughing because we're like, dog, it's even more expensive on a bike. Like just rims alone, if I wanted to upgrade to the S rims, I want to say are like $3,800 for the rims, and I don't even know how much labor for that would cost. I don't even want to know, because the labor for the exhaust was 10 hours, what 2 hours, tire rotation and installation put on, so another 200, so basically $4,000. That's just crazy. But you know, at the same time, man, I wouldn't trade any of it for the world. Like having a bike over a car, I wouldn't trade it. Nope. So yeah, I think that's my top 10 things I've learned or experienced while riding for my first 4 months. So that's why I figured I'd make a video about it, because now I'm officially at the 500 mile mark, or 600, probably more now. I'm probably at like 640 now. But yeah, I figured I'd make a video going over all the experience I've learned, man, from heat to turning to sheer speed to how to be more of a aggressive but defensive driver, or rider now, should I say. How much money I've spent on getting my bike here, and I still have more mods and stuff I want to do to it, and protection pieces too as well. Not all of it is just for the looks. A lot of it is also for protection as well too. Again, guys, remember to follow me on all social media. Like I said, I'm super active on Instagram. I'm trying to be more active on Twitter. Again, all the likes, all the comments, all the support, greatly I appreciate it. And like I said, keep it coming. In my next video, I'm gonna probably do things I like and dislike about my bike. Probably next. Everybody does one, so might as well get on that bandwagon as well. But yeah, for my first 4 months, it has been a experience for sure. Doing all of this, and you know, slowly becoming a better rider. Oh, beautiful turn, Thomas. Beautiful. But yeah, guys, I will catch y'all in the next video.